Alabama, LSU. We're going to make this very easy. They're both coming off bye weeks prior to this Tango in Tuscaloosa. Nice alliteration. Thank you.
You're professional.
LSU wins if ...
LSU wins the game, Bonnie, if Zach Mettenberger can have a big game. I mean, he's been playing very well this year. Last year, this game was his breakout game. He completed a significant amount of his passes, threw for nearly 300 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. And what LSU needs to do is they need to keep throwing the ball on first down. This year, they have the second best completion or third down completion percentage in all of college football. And they have it because they're throwing early on first down. They have manageable third downs. That's what LSU needs to do. If they run pass, they'll lose this game.
You know how last year we came into this game and nobody really knew about Zach Mettenberger, and they said, okay, this is the X factor. Yeah, he's not going to do anything. He surprised everyone. I think that's that way with the LSU defense this year. Nobody's really looking at the LSU defense. It's been kind of soft.
It hasn't. So many guys in the draft last
really
year.
Hasn't done enough. It's got the talent. It's got the ability. However, the problem has been, they just haven't come up with the big stops in the key line. They've been very, very sleepy. This is the game where LSU is going to be extremely focused. They're not going to sleepwalk through the first half like they did against Ole Miss. I think this is where the defense kind of shows up and shows Alabama, you know what, they got some talent and some players too.
But you got Odell Beckham, you got Jarvis Landry, you got Jeremy Hill. Mettenberger's got all of these weapons around him, and a defensive secondary for Alabama that's not necessarily the strongest.
LSU has got the better pro prospect at quarterback. They got the better pro prospect at running back, and they got the far better pro prospects at receiver. They've got the better skill players than Alabama does.
Yeah, it's not about the offense for LSU, though. It's about the defense for LSU. And we talked about LSU's defense is really struggling this year. And in particular, they're struggling on run defense. And it's most noticeable with their linebackers. Take a look at Barrow. He leads the team with 64 tackles, but he only has 15 solo tackles.
Look at
Welker, same thing, only 15 solo tackles. This defense cannot tackle by themselves. They need to tackle as a group. And against a team like Alabama and Bryant Denny, that puts you at a significant disadvantage.
Do we have a shootout? It's not going to be Texas A&M, but do we have a shootout? We're not going to see 9-6 in this game.
I think we'll see a high-scoring game, certainly better, nothing like the 2011 9-6, because that was two great defenses. We won't see that these are two better offenses. I think we'll see a score, Alabama winning 35-21.
Grind this question down to a fine powder. Alabama wins if?
Alabama wins if they can keep control of the ball. This is Les Miles' worst team since he arrived in Baton Rouge in terms of turnover margin. LSU is actually -2. They've been giving the ball away more times than they've been taking it away. And again, it's the defense. The defense is not doing its job, taking away the ball. If you're Alabama, all you have to do is hold on to the ball. Don't give it away.
I'm going to go back to your Zach Mettenberger comment. Alabama's defense, as great as it is not about rushing the passer. It's just not what they do. They just let you get the short to mid-range pass and then they beat you up. They don't hit quarterbacks. This year, they've got to get to Mettenberger. Last year, he picked him apart. This year, he's got more talent. He's an NFL caliber starter at this point. They've got to get pressure on him early on. They can't let him have a big game because otherwise those NFL receivers are going to torch that secondary.
Clarify this for me. You think this is one of the weaker Alabama teams in recent years?
Well, it's definitely one of the weaker Alabama teams in recent years. If you think about it, this Alabama team does not have the talent that they've had in the secondary lately. And if they can, we talk about turnovers. Alabama's only taken the ball away 12 times this year. And you think they've been ahead in so many games and teams have had to throw to try to catch back up, and yet they've only taken the ball away 12 times. That means their secondary is not doing a good enough job covering receivers. They're not doing a good enough job taking the ball away. Zach Mettenberger's going to put up some points with those two great wide receivers.
And here's the crazy part about though. This Alabama team's going to get to the national championship clean. There's not going to be any arguments this year. It's not going to be an Oklahoma State out there like there was a couple years ago. There isn't going to be a Texas A&M loss like last year. This team's actually going to probably go 13-0 unlike those past teams.
But let's be clear. Even an Alabama team that might not be the best of, we're comparing them against some of the best teams that have been around in all of college football. This team might not be the best Alabama team of the title teams, but they're still very good. They're very businesslike, and they are on their way to a third.
They're very good, but the one thing they don't have in the secondary is what we always talk about with the Alabamas and the LSUs and the Georgias, and that's the depth. Vinny Cincinnati is out for the year. You got Bradley Silve, who's been banged up, so you just don't have the numbers there that we're used to seeing.